Anand Ranganathan, there are serious questions that are being raised by opposition also. And opposition says that we have been talking about, these platforms being targeted by various agencies. Maybe perhaps Mr. Dorsey was not right in saying that, employees' houses were raided. Maybe he was being a little liberal with the truth. But the fact is that the police did visit certain establishments, and that is being seen by opposition as some kind of a coercive measure.
Good evening, Madhav, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Look, as far as you're saying that the opposition has raised some very serious question, I agree. And as for Miss Yasmin, the Samajwadi Party spokesperson, saying that whenever she tweets something against the government, her tweet gets deleted. Can I please ask her to give me the content of her tweet that has been deleted? I promise I will tweet it. Miss Yasmin, what was the content of your tweet that was deleted? Do you know?
I never said that every time I tweet. It happened sometime when I tweeted, and as an educational background, as I'm having a good educational background, I follow my language etiquette as well. I am very good with content. I know my limits. I never cross my limit, and I'm very decent with my language.
What was the content?
It was always against the policy of the government. I have never used any bad language.
I will tweet the exact content. Tell me. You must remember it. Tell me. I'll tweet it right now.
Okay, I'll take your mail ID. I'll forward it to you. It is always against, against the norms of the government. It has never had any bad content.
Madhav, can I now please get back? Look, the recent explosive Twitter files expose has gone on to prove that Jack Dorsey was a criminal running a criminal enterprise, and that in a just world, he and his ragtag group of chauthi-fail leftists should have been behind bars for trying to change regimes, browbeat governments, ban citizens, and stifle freedom of speech. This guy is a child of Goebbels, who said the first rule of propaganda is accuse the others of what you are guilty of. A social media platform, Madhav, cannot censor, ban, adjudicate, publish, alter, or editorialize. I have no issues when it remains a platform. That is, does not control what trains come and go. But that was not the case, was it? Twitter under Jack, as we have come to learn, was heavily censoring what it pleased, banning what it didn't like, and as Ms. Sanju Verma told, examples of COVID, serious scientific discussions were being banned by this jackass. And these are all subjective decisions based on ideology and political preferences. A US government-funded organization forwarded to Twitter in 2021, Madhav, the handle of the current Information Commissioner of India, a man who famously exposed Arundhati Ray's 2002 lies. He subsequently complained, didn't he, that he was censored and shadow banned. Look, as a free speech absolutist, I am fundamentally against governments trying to stifle this free speech of a citizen either through force or by coercion or by threat or by throwing a rule book at a social media company, given that the rules are draconian and against free speech to begin with. And the fact is that all governments, Congress or the BJP, have ordered blocking of Twitter accounts, and more often than not, it is a subjective decision. Back in the UPA days, remember how hundreds of right-wing accounts were blocked by the Congress, including those of journalist Shiv Aroor and Kanchan Gupta. But then that was during the heydays of press freedom and tolerance and democracy, isn't it? The way I see it, Madhav, any social media platform operating in India should have just one rule, quote, anything you post here is subject to Indian laws and can be acted upon never by us, but by Indian courts, unquote. Anything more is an instrument of control and prone to bias. It is that simple. Look, our constitution doesn't guarantee absolute freedom of expression. It has spawned laws that are draconian and subjective and tailor-made for misuse. But in the scenario that a platform doesn't conform to absolute freedom of expression, and Twitter does not, never did, and does not still, the monopoly of bias in a democracy must rest with the constitution, not the platform. I'd much rather a judge ban me than a platform. Twitter cannot decide or editorialize. It should just be a platform. In fact, just 20 seconds, Madhav, all these social media companies were platforms initially when they sucked in consumers. Once they trapped consumers, they kept on changing and adding terms and rules. And now they are a law unto themselves.